Good morning, children. Today we're going to continue with chapter 4 Geometry and Patterns. And in this part, we're going to learn about geometry and patterns. Let us begin with some simple concepts in geometry. The first one is a point. What is a point? When you keep a sharp pencil upright on a paper, you form a point. A small dot drawn with a sharp pencil makes a point. It is always named in capital letters. It has a definite position and it has no length, breadth or thickness. Next, let us see what is a line. Let us take the example of a line which I have shown here, that is AB. So, what is a line? A line is a straight one. It has no thickness and it has no beginning or end. If you can see, the line that I have shown here has an arrow that is facing to the left as well as to the right, which means it is endless, or it has no beginning and it has no end either, and it is always denoted as AB and an arrow on the top of AB showing in both directions. Next, let us see what is a line segment. So here is a line segment AB that is formed by first drawing two dots on a sheet of paper, that's A and B, and then connecting the dots AB. So we say it is a part of a line. It has a beginning and an end. It is point to point. And how is it denoted? It is denoted as AB followed by a line on the top with no arrows on the left and right, which means it does not continue and it is very definite. Next we have is a ray. What is a ray? A ray is a line that has a beginning x but no end point, and it moves continuously in the forward direction, marked as an arrow in the forward direction. It is denoted as xy and an arrow in the forward direction on top. All lines and line segments can be connected and it can form points in the centers. If you can see, lines AB and line XY meet at a point O. Similarly, line segments PQ and MN meet at a point which is R. Now let us learn how to measure and draw line segments. Given as an example of a line segment AB, we can use a scale or a ruler to measure the line segment. You first place the 0 mark of the scale on point A and then continue to read the scale and find out the reading at point B. So given here is AB measures 10 centimeters. Now let us see how to draw a line segment. In order to draw a line segment, for example, say I want to draw a line segment of say PQ 5 centimeters. So what do? First, you should place your scale on the paper, then mark a point at P at 0 mark. So what are you going to do? You're going to first mark a point at 0 mark and then label it as P. Then, since you want a line segment of 5 centimeters, you are going to mark another point at 5 and name this point as Q. You can then draw a line from P to Q, that is your line segment PQ 5 centimeters. Next we're going to learn is a pattern. What is a pattern? A pattern is a series or sequence that can be repetitive or it can be non-repetitive. So what are the different types of patterns that we can see? One, it could be a shape pattern, as you can see here in the picture in orange colors. The pattern of the shapes repeats after triangle, square and a pentagon, and then again it keeps on repeating as triangle, square and a pentagon. It could also be a pattern of a shape and color, as in the example given here, the color green, blue and magenta keeps repeating. Another type of pattern could be an addition pattern or an arithmetic sequence. For example, skip counting by twos, or it could also be a multiplication pattern. For example, 2, 4, 8, 16 and so on. A variation of a pattern is a tiling pattern, which is made by shapes that fit into each other without leaving a gap. For example, the tiles. Now, if you can see in this picture, there are pentagons all over, and the pattern is formed by leaving no spaces or gaps in between. Tiling pattern can vary depending on the shapes that are used in each pattern. In this figure, if you can see, A and B are used using different pentagons of varying lengths. They are closely attached to each other without leaving any space, and it forms a beautiful design. Pattern C, if you can see, is formed using an octagon and a square, and pattern D is formed using a pentagon and a square. And the result is, it's a beautiful pattern, isn't it? You can create your own patterns using different shapes, but remember, while forming a tiling patterns, you can only use shapes which have a straight line and not a curved line, because curved lines always leave spaces between them. Thank you, children.